So hi, I'm from Europe. I discovered that the Big Bang is false. Many things I discovered. This is my third video in this series. Okay, I'm telling you in these videos everything that I discovered. If you are listening carefully, I contradicted the Big Bang, the background radiation, and all these things. Black holes, dark energy, dark matter, antimatter. All these things are like children's stories. Okay. So my previous video I was telling you about the force that you need to collapse a mass of given density, okay, and that this contradicts even the Big Bang, the black holes, the possibility to create a black hole, okay, if you will see that my previous video. So now further what I have discovered is that we do not know the universe. You are wrongly believe, okay, that so the stars are small. If you understand all the things that I discovered, okay, the stars could not make fusion, atomic fusion. What were stars before the atomic fusion was discovered? Because we only knew the atomic bomb, hydrogen bomb recently, and the radiation with Marie Curie. We do not knew. So before that's what people said that the stars were. From Laplace time they said that the stars are a gathering of gases. Okay? The gathering of gases. And the gases burn like and they are consuming like this. Okay? So the stars are not like this. Okay? And when they realize that you will burn faster or any material that we knew, and you cannot could sustain the star a billion years of existence if you burn a combustible fuel, hydrogen, helium, everything that burns will burn faster. If you have a sphere of hydrogen, will burn faster and quicker than like in atomic explosion. Okay, you burn the hydrogen. They pretended that they knew a balance between gravity and burning, like things like this, and this is false. Okay, because I've told you in my previous video, gravity does not attract and does not do nothing in a cloud in space, will not gather the cloud. Okay, so after this, to confuse any further and to pretend that the stars could have a billion years and ages like this, they only lied with this thing, that the stars producing atoms in Mendeleev, silver, gold, plutonium, uranium in stars. Nobody knew this scientifically, but they are lying to justify that they knew somehow calculus to like a star could have a billion years, because we do not know every combustible in Mendeleev will burn faster than this. Okay, and how they sustain the age of a star with some lies, that it is not known in science to fuse hydrogen in gold. We do not know this. So this is what was invented to lie that the stars are old and like from old mental thoughts in. And everybody, like children, you take from one another and you say this on entire internet. You are stupid on entire earth. You are sick. The entire earth is sick, okay? You are sick in your minds. The stars, so from sci-fi movies were identified with the sun. Nobody had reached a star and to prove correctly from what a star is made. Okay, nobody. To be sincere, nobody. And the star producing only light. From the light of the star, you cannot say, because the physics, it is not united in a single corpuscle like unified physics, what Einstein was searching. If you can unify the physics, if you understand this concept, if you look at the light, you cannot give everything, the temperature, the distance, the material from what is made. You cannot make this, okay? You are lying all this thing because the light seems mysterious for everybody else. The light is limited in energy, has a function of ondulation, of propagation. That is mechanical quantic, by the way. This is quantum mechanics. If you want to, I will tell you this also, okay? So listen, Newton made a mechanic, physical mechanic, like a corpse of mass. This is a mass. He neglected the geometry, and he supposed that it is a single point of mass, and they give that equation of movement, mechanics. This means mechanics, to move masses with forces and things like this. And there are basically two kinds of circular mechanics and rectilinear uniform movement, okay, like rectilinear in the rect way, in the right way, straight, or circular movement, okay. So once the energy was discovered, Maxwell and correlated with energy, they give some law, okay, and then they said, okay, but how it is moving? So it is nothing strange. Quantum mechanics means to move, electrical movement. More basically was a light movement, especially of light. Quanta, as far as I understood, because everybody likes this, was a word invented by Einstein, even referring especially to the light phenomenon that travels at 300,000 kilometers per second, okay? So what is a quanta? Is light, energy light. Every electromagnetic wave that travels at 30,000 kilometers per second, okay? This is quantum mechanics. So to the traveling of light, okay, what I'm telling you this, that you understand, that you will understand the subatomic forces or light, because this is a series of videos where I'm explaining to you everything that I've discovered, okay. The Big Bang is false, the background radiation, the age of the universe, and I'm telling you, including this, because I discovered even this, okay. But they do not know correctly how it is traveling. Even we know we use it. It's like a blacksmith. He uses the iron even though he do not know what iron is. The same, this is producing a bijective mathematical function, like automatically. It is given some energy in producing some light, like in a bijective function, through some pace that was invented, not through physics. So this is also what I've discovered, okay, if you understand, because it is important, because this is how they try to trick you to pretend that they knew how the atoms were occurring, okay. So that's why I try to clarify what a quantum of light is. It is and the mechanical of quantum movement. And we cannot break the light in two. You cannot have the photon of the quantum of light and you cut it in two. Like you cannot compose 300,000 kilometers per second by simply adding 1,500,000 kilometers plus 150,000 kilometers and to give 3,000 kilometers. The same it is with the electric of light, the mass of light. That is not. This is why it's not having mass. So not having mass and still moving. That was shocking. Why? Because It is not moving according to the law of Newton. We know an object with mass to move, and light has no mass. Einstein said this. But if it has mass, it will require infinite energy to accelerate it at 3,000 kilometers per second. If any of these are any true, okay. But we do not know how to cut light into the same and they are tricking you another way that you blow your mind with radiation and that you could not see. You must understand even this, okay? We see subatomically. This is shocking to you? Look, light is the most finest thing that we can think of in physical terms. And look, subatomically, red light. It is subatomically. More subatomically than this you cannot have. You can see with your eyes at a subatomic level. Okay? So stop being stupid and tricked by this. At a subatomic level, so you cannot see. We can see subatomically, okay? All the light it is subatomically. And more subatomical than this you cannot have. Because you cannot have a more finer energy and a faster speed than light. So there is not a more finer object than this subatomic object. And we can see it with our naked eye. So stop being stupid. There are another phenomena of light, like they are moving with 3,000 kilometers per second and we cannot see, like microwaves, this thing like this. From the electromagnetic spectrum, that they are moving as far as we know at 3,000 kilometers per second. Okay, they have similar energy and like this, but this is more subatomic than this you cannot have. Okay, and another spectrum of light that it is subatomic, we can see with some radars. You can make evidence that exists. Okay, so now, to be not tricked by radiation and subatomically that it happens, there is something. Quantum means to move. Moving of light. How it moves. We do not know. At this current day, okay, you can lie, but we do not know exactly. Nobody said how. Exactly, okay. They try to make a dual particle. Maybe some other time I'll tell you this. I know this also. Maybe some other time I chance that you know, that you will understand that the Big Bang is false. That's why I'm telling you that you will understand. My native language is Romanian and I'm not talking to you in English just to trick you. I want the entire earth to know and to find this, okay? Because everybody on the earth is lying and it is being tricked. Like, okay, so we cannot give the formation of the atoms. We do not know where atoms were formed. This is extraordinarily important if you understand. The stars do not make fission and fusion. The stars are smaller than the moon. The stars are producing only light, not atoms. You were tricked that is radiation, atomic and gravity and supernova and black holes, that you do not understand this basically thing. The stars are producing only light and they superimpose the sun with the stars. Nobody said. Maybe there are 10 stars like our sun, maximum. Okay? So in this way you will understand all the stars are small. The majority of them, and you can find them in the small space. If you think that the stars are 2 times, 3 times, 4 times bigger than the sun, you are tricked in your mind that you will say that they could not be in the small space. And I'm telling you, after Pluto there's 20 hours with the speed of light. A sphere with 20 hours from Pluto full of stars, because the stars are small. Okay, the stars are small. like this light bulb, they do not knew in the old days only to burn gases. That's why you are tricked even now to understand that they are gases. We can produce light without thermal energy. Look, this is not burning you, okay? So the light can be separated from fire and thermal energy. We know this. So the stars, 90% of them, they are not producing even thermal energy, and they are small. If you have like this small tungsten wiring and it is producing this much light, do you understand what it means to be like a rock, half a moon from tungsten, and to be electrocuted? Do you understand how many light it will produce? So the laws of physics say what I'm saying, not what everybody hallucinate on this earth. You say that light is produced by atomical means in fusion, and I say no, by electrical means. This is known in physics. The stars are producing light through electrical means, and they are small. Do you understand what a rock of tungsten, half a moon, electrocuted? You understand how much light will produce? This is how the stars are. The light comes from a difference of potential between two things. The copper in the wiring has a frequency, electrical frequency, and there's a difference of potential. When the energy hits the tungsten, it is released in the wave of light. So it is like this small, the tungsten, the wolfram. And the copper wiring is smaller than now this finger, okay? The copper wiring, the frequency comes. You understand what will imply to be a block of half copper and half tungsten, and to have many ions and to be electroshocked. You understand how much light will produce? This is how the stars are in this. Okay, this is my third video. My fourth video will come after this. All the things that I discovered, okay?